Welcome back to Sakura Angels. This time I'm hoping to actually get shit done today. Yeah. So, now that the shadows have got more aggressive, I really don't have to go back to my old watching me from afar. We were lucky to barely catch that thing just now after all. Somehow, I don't like the sound of what it might imply. So we'll be parting ways for now, but expect us to keep on an extremely close eye on you from now on, okay? Bye bye for now! I believe that was Sayaka, I'm hoping. She gives me a wink and a wave before taking... No. That was Hickory. Hickory? I believe it's Hickory. Her less enthusiastic partner simply turns her head from me with one last before following after her. I'm soon left completely alone within the street, where just moments ago my entire world had been spun on its head. Away. The sound can stay up, it's the music that's loud as fuck. Did all of that just happen? Geez, all of this will have to wait for later though. Right now I have to focus on the bigger issue, being late for school. I know focus on the present, not the past. You're not supposed to focus on the past. But that is just... You nearly died! This is a story all about how Kenta made me fucking want to gut myself with a rusty spork. I break into a sprint as I try to make up for lost time, all the while hoping that I'll never run into those two again. Somehow I just about barely make it to class. It was a photo finish through the door, right as the bell went, but I made it. Taking a moment to catch my breath, I dragged myself over to my desk, the teacher arriving almost seconds after I collapsed into the chair. Too close. None of the other students seemed too bothered by my late entrance. At this point, maybe this is what they expect of me anyway. I've been pretty late at times, even missing the bell entirely some days, mostly due to sleeping in. At least this time I had an actual reason for cutting it so close. However, after what happened earlier, I think it's going to be impossible for me to focus on the lesson like it fucking should be, you spastic! I'm beginning to wonder if I'll ever get an explanation for whatever the heck that just happened. They said they were going to follow you. Impossibly tall creatures, girls wielding magic weapons. When I said they're still following you, you could say both, yeah. No matter how I look at it, my brain refuses to accept it as reality. What was it? Fuck! I forgot the line from Chinibyo. But it was very quotable. I refuse a reality or something like that. Not sure. No, refuse is awful. I forgot. It was a Rika line. Yeah, said multiple times actually. It goes against everything I know. I scrubbed through my hair and a faint eye headache still ringing at the back of my head. Being lucky enough to have a seat situated by the window, I let my gaze wander out, my eyes vacant as I stare into the clear blue sky. The teacher is doing his usual morning speech, no doubt talking about the upcoming events for our school, but his words are just a dull mumble in my ears, my mind miles away. Those girls knew me by name, no matter how far I delve back through my memories. It's clear I've never seen them in my life. You have a stalker! I think hard. Maybe too hard, to the point my eyes begin to strain. Nope, nothing. I can't recall. Now Kent has gone to killing him, trying to fucking wound himself. So he doesn't have to accept this reality. Because then that means if he strains his eyes, he can't see this fucking reality. He can still feel it away. Defeated for now, I tune back into the classroom while still keeping my sights set on the sky, the teacher's voice becoming clear once more. Now, I know it's a bit sudden, but as of today, we have 2 transfer students that will be joining our class. Transfer students, Kent is a retard confirmed. At this time of year, it's a bit late to be joining, don't you think? Even the teacher sounds confused as he announces them. And not just 1, but 2? Why do I get the feeling there's something off about this? Almost if it's tied into what happened earlier. Kento is a spastic? I am sorry. I hate this guy. Because the one in the last game... Oh fuck, I forgot his name already. It's awful. He was a good lead. Because he at least fucking accepted shit and realised straight away that... and accepted it. This one's just like, yeah, it's not totally the 2 girls who saved my life earlier. No, it isn't, including I punched it in the face and it was destroying stuff. It was Vil, the thing that tried to kill me. It obviously wasn't. They couldn't have killed it. They were imaginary. It was a hologram. It was not real. It had no physical entity, including I punched it in the face. And my hand didn't go through. It's like I punched a brick wall. Yeah, it's just a brick wall. I'm sorry, it's painful. I just want to know what his fucking thought pattern was. No, it couldn't be. I'd like you to make them feel welcome as they transition in. What did you say your names were? I'm Sayaka. It's nice to meet you all. I hope we can all get along. I vault up upright in my seat, my head snapping towards the front of the classroom. Upbeat voice. Is it really? Sure enough, 2 girls, I thought. In my school. In my classroom name, I was wearing the school's official uniform. The cheerful one, Sayaka, bows politely to the class, flashing me saving me. What? What is this? The other girl is less courteous, her arms crossed and her brow furrowed. She doesn't look pleased to be here. At all. Her gaze passes over me too, but rather than a smile, she gives me a nasty glare. Is she blaming me for this? It sure feels like it. The grumpy one beside me is Hickory! I believe next get... Oh fuck. Shit, I forgot the names of the ones in fantasy. Swim club. Let's see how... This is just on the spot. Why? That's gonna bug me. This is really gonna bug me. I remember Beach as Momoko and the... Beach 2, I don't know the new bitch's name. I forgot her name. Nanny? Something like that. Shine. No. Santa. There was Santa, there was the Fox one. No, not Itchy. Swim Club had... had someone like Mio. Literally exactly like Mio. Looks the fucking same and is Tsundere as well. I remember the other bitch. Fuck, I forgot her name as well. Yeah. Santa. Oh, I've been through Santa. And then there's Beach 2 and Shine. Shine I've got block. I've only gone through Shine 1, so this can be impossible. Beach 2, same. Fantasy, same. Swim Club, not same, because I've actually gone through it on here. I have all the CGs. And I hate the fucking game. It was on sale that I bought it first. And I fucking hated it. Go on, say hi. Hey, don't. Hey, don't. Sayaka gives her a playful push as she stumbles to the centre of the classroom. Everyone's eyes upon her. It always feels like somebody's watching me. Oh, she looks like she's at a loss for words, her mouth opening and closing as her face gradually goes red. That isn't gradually! Look how sudden that fucking face red is. Wait. Would you say that face is red already? And then it instantly flares up. That is not gradually. Wait. There's not a difference there. I guess she doesn't cope well under the spotlight. I'm Hikari. Nice to meet you. She shows up into a murmur before spinning on her heel and storming her way back to Sayaka, practically hiding behind her. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? Hikari simmers with silent rage, her hands pulled into tight fists, practically shaking. I'm sure if she wasn't in a classroom full of people, things might have gotten violent here. With their introductions over, the teacher motions for them to take their seats. Wait a second. I only realised where the spare seats are in my classroom. One of them is right behind me with a window view too, and the other is to my right. So that means they'll both be sitting beside me. Actually, this is pretty convenient. I can finally ask them what the heck they think they're doing. Sayaka, with a spring in her step, waltzes towards the desk behind me. Hikari stomps her way over and takes the other desk. I lean out from my desk and try to catch their attention, but I'm cut short by the teacher, who resumes whatever it was he was talking about before. Damn it! I don't want to get in trouble for talking during class. I'll have to wait until break. There's 2 lessons away though, which is practically an eternity. I swing back around the front of my desk. I can't do anything right now, so I'll just pay attention to the teacher and... no. How can I pay attention to when two magical girls are sitting near me? I want answers now. Drumming my fingers against the desk as the teacher continues to drone on. I try to think of a way around this. See, he is stupid. He doesn't pay attention in class. Wait! He was like me for my final year of school. A bad student. The most important year. Let's just continue. It's better I don't speak during class, so... Of course! It's so obvious! I dig into my school bag and pull out my notebook and pencil. I'll just pass them a note. Simple and silent. It's a bit of an immature means of communicating, I'll admit it. But I'm desperate here. I'll scribble down my message. What are you guys doing here? I may as well just get straight to the point. I tear the page out, almost ripping it in half in the process. Only one question is left. Who do I give this note to? Hikari, who's easier to get to but will be an utter bitch about it, or Sayaka, who's behind me, which is easy to get to be honest. Like you could, lean back. You could underneath your kick it with the back. This game here. Kick it with the back of your heel, hoping it'll hit them in the leg and get their attention. Fuck it, Sayaka. While it's going to be hard to pass the note to someone directly behind me without looking too suspicious, I get the feeling Sayaka might actually want to respond. Shit! Kicking back in my chair, I lean backwards to slip the note onto her desk whilst keeping my eyes forward, as if I were a good student who was actually paying attention to the Kenta equals world's worst student. Not even I was that bad. I've got a weird feeling he's going to start bunking any second now. No, he might as well be right now. At least, I think I managed to give her a note. After a minute or two of twiddling my thumbs, I begin to lose faith in my plan. Maybe this was... Something suddenly taps my shoulder. The same page I had torn out from my pad before floating down to my desk. Success. Written below my hastily scrawled, just barely legible message is one far neater handwriting and accompanied by a smiley face. We're here to protect you, silly! Protect me? Right. I remember her saying something about them being my guardian angels, and that they'd be keeping a closer eye on me, but this is ridiculous! I scribbled down my reply, writing so fast. I have to cross out a word several times before I get it right. Okay, I get that part, but do you really need to be... But do you really need to be this close? If you was a bloke, would you argue with having those two being protecting you and being around you constantly? Let's just say the three of you are 16. No. Let's say, actually, fuck it, 18. Would you argue back? Would anyone? No, I fucking wouldn't. It's cringy. No, it's cringe. How did you guys even manage to get involved? Did you forget how close you were to being chomped on this morning? We're not gonna let that happen again, silly. And as for how we got in, well, let's say we can be very oh my fucking god. Who actually writes whatever. At least she gave me an answer, somewhat. Now that I think about it, the teacher did look a little confused as I introduced them. I'm guessing they wormed their way into here with whatever magical powers they have. That's a bit scary, actually. Magic. I use that word so casually. Am I just accepting its existence now? I guess, given the evidence, it's a bit hard not to, but I'm still going to remain skeptical. The first lesson of the day goes on as an agonizingly slow pace. I can't focus on a thing, no matter how hard I try. After what seems like an eternity, the bell finally rings, announcing the end of the lesson. There's still another lesson to go before break time though, which makes it impossible to talk to the girls, especially since the next lesson is PE, where the boys and girls are separated. Where's my life so complicated? After reluctantly getting changed for PE, I'm soon in the schoolyard with the male half of our class. Much like the first lesson, I find it hard to pay attention to the PE teacher as he goes through our basic warm-up exercises. I follow the exercises just about, with as much enthusiasm as a zombie. Who else would just love to see someone put a zombie on adrenaline? Think about it! It'd be the world's most enthusiastic person. Or you could make it the world's most depressed thing ever in a zombie with Down syndrome. I believe that joke was a tad too far. Down syndrome zombie. Who could actually picture a Down syndrome zombie? It'd be like eating brains but all fucking depressed. I will no longer make Down syndrome zombie jokes. The rest of the lesson is sort of blur, at least until some of the male students start looking towards the track field where the girls are. They're staring in amazement, some of them even rubbing their eyes as if it revealed, "Ooh, CG time!" What's so amazing? What are you guys looking at? I muscle into the crowd that's formed so I can actually get a good look at the field. No way. The girls are running on the track, which isn't an amazing thing in itself, but it's who's running on the track that makes an unreal sight. CG time! 10 out of 10, best clickbait. Sakura is blazing across the track, practically a blur as she leaves the others in the dust. She's literally running circles around them. She doesn't look tired or exhausted at all. Neither. Save for the beads of sweat creeping up. In fact, she has a big smile on her face, clearly enjoying it all. As if it wasn't obvious before, these girls are on a completely different level. I'm sure she's breaking several kinds of records right here. The other girls in the group helplessly trail behind her, their expressions ranging from sheer confusion to envy. Some of those girls are, well, I guess were now, the top of their class when it comes to track 2, but she's making them all look like snails in comparison. I can't imagine how they must feel being showed up by someone who hasn't even been here a day. I can hardly keep my eyes on her. She seems to just get a little faster with each loop she makes around the track. It won't be long before now she becomes just one big blur encircling the place. Isn't she even human? I'm seriously beginning to doubt it with a superhuman display. So the previous fucking display of killing a giant of a titan, no, which was a titan of it. Oh no. You punched the 17-foot to 18-foot being in the fucking head. If it's, but with that, I was questioning the zombie. I was basically assuming, because I believe it. No, 16 to 18. So it could be either gender, because the average of females is about. I believe it's a bit smaller than the average for males. I'm not sure. I believe it's 1's 5'7", 1's 5'5". I'm not sure. Never, not really looked up, but I know at tops the bloke's 6 foot, an average. An fucking average of 6 foot. At tops. So at tops it was 18 feet. At least it was 15 feet. And he punched in the fucking head. So it's superhuman. Then you've got someone that kills that. Also superhuman. And you're just saying, by breaking Olympic records, they're superhuman. At least one record is broken at every games. So are they superhuman but beating possibly their own record? Several times? Most likely. But there's someone all fucking things. I'm sorry, this game triggers me. You will be hearing me rant bad shit about it all the time. I think even the top athletes in this country couldn't compare to her. While Sayaka is hogging the spotlight here, there's someone missing in all of this. Her far grumpier counterpart, Hikari. If anything, she should be neck and neck with Sayaka. I believe they should give Hikari a fucking CG for this. I scan the other ones strangling behind her, but can't find her either. Just where behind even the other girls, left in Sayaka's dust, I see someone dragging their feet, a sour expression on their face. She's just walking, her arms folded like usual. I wonder if her arms are glued like that. She isn't even trying. She must really have not wanted to enroll her. It must have been Sayaka's idea entirely. What are you all staring at? Come on, let's get back to it. Apparently all forgetting we had our own lesson at hand, the teacher calls us back to reality, forcing us all to reluctantly stop gawking at the girls. Thank God that was said in his head or from the narrative point of view. No, that was his point, that was his head. Not the narrative. The narrative, no, I don't believe these games have any narrative voicings, really. But, if he said that out loud, and I'm gonna end this video there. So, I will see you guys in the next video.